The holy grail for me, the dream shot to get, and something I hope I get before I die, is great white sharks getting it on. Great white shark porn. Great white sharks having sex, essentially, mating great whites. No one's ever seen it, no one's ever filmed it. My absolute favorite wildlife to film on this planet are butterflies. Just kidding. Great white sharks are my favorite animal. They're super charismatic, they're scary, they're a beautiful, respectful, professional predator that could eat me in a second if they wanted to, but they never have. I've been doing it for 22 years. I've got all my fingers and toes. I've had some sketchy calls, but I've never had sharks draw blood. I've never had sharks bite my physical body, but my fins, my camera, I've had plenty of close calls. My wife, Emma, was almost decapitated by a tiger shark right here in the Bahamas, but so far, they've been professional, polite predators, and I try to reciprocate. The best experience I've ever had underwater in my life was with two great white sharks in Western Australia. I call them the brothers because literally they were swimming side by side like jet fighter pilots. They never left each other's side, swam right over top of me, around me. One came and bumped the camera, and we went back 14 months later, and those same two sharks were swimming side by side. I truly believe that sharks do have kinship. They're clearly, you know, sharks, great whites can have up to 14 pups in a single litter. So why wouldn't they hang out with each other? Strength in numbers, cooperative hunting. If I was a shark, I'd probably want to be a goblin shark. Goblin sharks just look so gnarly. They look like goblins, and so do I. So I figured a goblin shark could be a pretty good fit. The rarest shark I've ever seen, that is a good question, is actually a long fin mako shark off the coast of Cuba on a Shark Week shoot a couple of years ago. Short fin makos are very common. Every shark you've seen on Shark Week has most likely, if it's a mako, been a short fin mako, fastest shark in the world. A long fin mako, very similar, but much longer fins and much more rare. That shark we tagged in Cuba swam all the way up the eastern seaboard of the United States and ended up in Maine. So these sharks travel thousands of miles. They're incredible predators, and we really should fight to protect them. My favorite camera to use for underwater filmmaking is the RED camera systems. They're the same cameras they use in Hollywood to film Lord of the Rings, James Bond, all the coolest Hollywood movies, but we get to use them on Shark Week because, in my opinion, sharks are the real stars, the real amazing predators, and to use the best cameras in the world is a privilege. GoPros are pretty cool too. My absolute favorite place on the planet to film underwater, I would have to say, is South Africa. It's where I cut my teeth, my stomping grounds, where it all began, where I saw my first great white shark. There's breaching, there's free diving, there's out of the cage, there's sand, kelp, deep water, shallow. It's an amazing place. It's a home of air jaws. Then again, these punk orcas are coming in and eating the livers and killing all my favorite sharks, port and starboard, which is another story. But to me, there's endless stories, endless sharks, and South Africa is my favorite place. Thank you.